So we're headed east on Dodge Camp Road. We took, well, from Highway 7, we went north onto Highway Z for a couple miles. Then we took a right onto Kaufman Bend Drive. And after about a quarter mile, we took a right onto Dodge Camp Road, and that's the gravel road where we are. On Dodge Camp, you go, I believe it's about a mile. I didn't set the trip meter, unfortunately. But it's pretty easy to tell where the drive into the property starts, and it's coming up actually. And you'll see in a second here. So Dodge Camp takes about a 90-degree turn to the left, and we're actually going straight. So there you can see Dodge Camp is taking a turn to the left. You see Walkabout Drive on the right, which is a fun landmark. And instead of going left, we're actually going to go straight. And this is the final section of road that's going to lead up to the property. So this is actually in pretty good shape. This is an old platted county road, I believe. But since there's no residents out here, they haven't really, it's not high on their list of things to grade and maintain. It looks like maybe every couple years they run the blade over it. I would guess that if you build out here, or if you talk to them and request that they could add it to their maintenance schedule. Whoops. Okay, I should have been paying more attention. We just crossed onto the property. So that section of subdivision road ended, and now this is a private driveway on the property itself. Okay, great. If I wasn't quite so noisy today, we'd probably see some deer, because this is just a phenomenal area for the deer. So I'm using the MapRight app, which is pretty cool. This is Kaufman Bend. You can see it went left, and we went straight, and now we're on the property. It's outlined in red here. So we're kind of toward the south end. This is a huge, huge tract of land. We've had property out here for, geez, close to 10 years. Excuse me. And the first time I saw this tract, before those trees were so high, you could sit right here in your truck and you'd be staring at the lake. So if you wanted to open up that lake view, it'd just be a couple hours to cut out those smaller trees. This tract was either leased or under contract for a couple years, I'm not sure. And I reached an arrangement where we got it back and it's available. So I'm excited to kind of see how everything looks out here. I was surprised to see that those smaller trees had grown so much that, yeah, you really can't see the lake view from right there before. It was a beautiful lake view, which is pretty impressive to have a lake view from the south end of the property. I mean, you can imagine what it's going to be as you head to the north. Okay, so we're roughly centered on the south side of the property, mostly timbered all around us. We actually had 3 tracks up here. This is the largest of the 3 that is going on the market. And there you can see the lake, the Ozarks right there. So as you go north on this property, it gets very close to the lake itself. And if you look at the topo map, you can see how it's situated. I mean, many sites where you would have just awesome lake views and privacy. Yeah, the last time, well, years ago when I was out here, when I first saw this property, you had lake views from right here. There was a solid trail that went that way with lake views. There was a solid trail that went to the north, down and up again with lake views. So, I mean, when we do the drone video, you'll see what I mean. But to really bring them back, it's going to take someone a few hours with the chainsaw. But, I mean, you get to pick your view. So ideally, because we've done this before, a couple times at least, wait until the winter time when these leaves are off the trees. You can see right where those views were or are, I should say. And then either cut the trees in the winter or mark them with ribbon. And then when you come back in the summer, you'll know just what to cut to open up your views. And you don't have to cut this big timber. In fact, until the property's paid for, you can't actually cut the large timber. But once it's been paid for in full, you can log it, you can sell the timber, you can use it for firewood, but while you're making payments to InstantAcres, you cannot cut any timber with the stump diameter greater than 8 inches. That being said, we do make exceptions. If you're clearing trails or a building site, you have to get a hold of us and mark the trees you want to clear, and we'll send somebody out to check it out. And as long as everything looks fine, we can give you written permission to do that. So, nice view off to the northwest. You can see a ridge a couple miles away, although the lake is right about there. So yeah, I was sure that I forgot how fast some of these trees grow. But this trail, this is actually, or was a really good trail. It needs to be mowed, obviously. But there were lake views from numerous spots on this trail. So that'll be a good project for someone, is to come out in the winter and figure out where the views are and then trim those trees out, and you can open up your views. Or maybe you're not concerned about a lake view. You can leave it just as it is. That's fine too. Check out the drone video, check out the other stuff, the interactive map on InstantAcres.com, and that'll tell you a whole bunch about the property. I don't know if this was an old building site or what. Here's a concrete slab. Got a large pile of native stone right there. Interesting. This could potentially be a great building site, though. It's nice and level, and it wouldn't take much to clear it up and get it ready. So yeah, InstantAcres.com. We'd love to speak to you about this property.